This is a basic AI rover. It can follow the owner or return to a home waypoint. The red button toggles the sensor, wait here command. The green button makes the rover follow its owner. The blue button is the return home command. The basic setup requires 4 timers, 2 event controllers, 1 sensor, 1 rotor, 1 gyro, AI basic block, AI move block and AI recording block. It is possible to only use 1 event controller, but using 2 makes the setup more clear in my opinion. First part is to set up the suspension. This rover is using front wheel steering and rear wheel drive. Make sure that setting positive steer override turns both front wheels to the right. Then make sure that setting positive propulsion override turns the back wheels forward. Propulsion wheels are also the place where you set the speed limit. I find 25 km/h to be just right. Depending on the type of wheels used, it may be necessary to set the invert propulsion or invert steering checkboxes on for some wheels. Place the rotor so the 180 mark is facing forwards. You may rename the rotor to something that is highlighting its function. The sensor also functions as the access panel for the rover. It will be fully set up later. For now, set its range to about 15 meters in front of the rover and turn it off. Reduce the rotor torque to 0 to make it move freely. Now place the 3 AI blocks on the subgrid. AI flight move. AI recorder task. AI basic task. Then place a gyroscope facing front. In the AI move block, reduce the altitude to 0 and turn the collision avoidance off. Set the basic task to follow you, and the fallow distance to match the sensor range. Make sure that the move and basic task blocks have the AI behavior on. Place 2 event controllers and name them left and right. Place 2 timer blocks and name them left and right. Now set up the timer blocks. Set the right timer block to start itself after 1 second, and increase the steering override for both front wheels. Set the left timer block to start itself after 1 second, and decrease the steering override for both front wheels. The left event controller should be set to angle change, equal or greater than 180. In the first action slot, start the left timer. In the second action slot, stop the left timer and reset the steering override for both front wheels. The right event controller should be set to angle change, equal or less than 180. In the first action slot, start the right timer. In the second action slot, stop the right timer and reset the steering override for both front wheels. Place 2 timers and name them go and stop. The go timer should start itself after 1 second, and increase the propulsion override for both back wheels. The stop timer should stop the go timer, and reset the propulsion override for both back wheels. Now we return to the sensor, turn it back on and make it detect players, stations and all types of ships. In the first action slot, trigger the stop timer. In the second slot, start the go timer. Now add 3 buttons. The red button should toggle the sensor, wait here command. The green button should toggle the AI basic behavior on, the follow me command. Add a waypoint to the AI recording block to set the home destination, trigger the stop timer when the waypoint is reached, then set the blue button to toggle the AI recording, play action, the go home command. The only thing that is left is to test if everything is working as intended. The system is simple enough to be implemented in any rover, the only disadvantage being the required subgrid. The system can also be expanded, like adding an extra sensor and the reverse timer, or making sharper steering by adding extra timers for each direction.